Let me set the stage for you. You're at a party. You don't know anyone. You've got to find something to talk about when you meet these people. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Oh, hi Reid, nice to meet you. What do you do? Well, for most of us, this is an easy question with an easy answer. I'm a financial planner. Oh, that's relatively self-explanatory. I'm a web designer. I'm in IT. I'm a lawyer. We know what these people do. Lawyers screw people for money, accountants navigate the tax code, financial people help you grow your money. It's pretty easy to understand. Unfortunately, my career doesn't fall in an easy to describe category. Much like Carol, who might call herself an energy worker, and you wonder, does she work for Duke Energy or Divine Energy? Unfortunately, I have a career as a business analyst. Well, what the hell is a business analyst? It's not self-explanatory at all. What kind of business do you analyze? How do you analyze? What does that mean? How does that add value to anyone? That's what we want to look at today. What is a business analyst? In 2 words, a business analyst is a problem solver. Well, you might say, problem solver? I do that all day long. I get up in the morning, my kids are screaming, I gotta shut them up, that's a problem. I'm gonna put something in their mouths. A problem that we come across commonly at my house is, where are the cats? I can't find the cats. That's a problem. Well, it's a problem for one of us. You see, we have something in business analysis called stakeholders. Stakeholders are different groups of people. Now you see, this is me, stakeholder number 1. I don't care about cats. Cats being lost is not a problem. This is my wife. She cares a great deal about all the cats. Wants to save the ones that we don't have. She has a very different view on the problem. And how we might go about solving the problem is very different. My solution might be to open up a can of tuna and leave it out, see what happens. Suzanne's approach is to search all the neighborhoods in the area. Put up posters and billboards. As a business analyst, we solve problems. And next Wednesday, I'm going to be giving a webinar at AAA, where I work, for 40 business analysts across the Federation of Companies. It's the first meeting of the Business Analyst Center of Excellence, which I founded. You're thinking to yourself, Reid and excellence don't really go together at all. Reid and entertainment maybe, but excellence, no, my wife would definitely agree with that statement. But that's what we're going to do. Today I'm going to explain to you something called the Business Objectives Model. It's an exercise we go through to analyze a problem so that we understand not the problem as you've explained it, but its core components. Here's the background. AAA Arizona came to me a couple weeks ago. In fact, I actually reached out to them and asked, for the first meeting of this Center of Excellence, would you have a business problem we could analyze as a group? They said, as a matter of fact, we do, Reid. We have a returned mail problem. We get 10,000 letters a year returned to us. And we can only process 8% of those letters. Now, some of those letters are really important. They're membership renewals for your AAA membership. If we don't have the right address on file, we can't give you your membership. We lose money. One of the first things we need to do now that we know the problem is returned mail. The problem as it was presented to me was, we get a lot of return mail and we just don't have the resources to process it, to open them, call the member, find out what their correct address is, and then send the letter out again. That's why only 8% of the letters get redone. So what's the cost of the problem? Before we analyze the problem, we have to decide, is there a problem? Do we care? 5,000 letters, 10,000 letters? Maybe it's a drop in the bucket. They do 228,000 letters a year. But we do need to calculate the cost. And the cost, let's say it comes to about $36,000 a year. That's just in the postage. if we add in all the lost memberships that don't renew as a result of the lost mail, that comes to about $160,000 in revenue. So now we know we need to come up with a solution that costs probably less than $160,000 in the first year. But we need to go further and analyze the problem. And the problem is we get too much mail. Too much mail. We then come up with a solution. We need to break down the problem. So we have the problem as it's been explained to us, and the problem in its reality is we have wrong mail addresses. That's the real problem. That's problem number one. We have too many wrong addresses. Problem number two, we're going to get return mail. It's impossible to eliminate return mail. We have way too much labor in opening up those letters, calling the members, and figuring out what to do with that letter. Now that we've analyzed those two problems, we can come up with some solutions. So here we can send perhaps the list of returned mail off to a cleansing service, or we can send the entire membership file off to a cleansing service. In this area of manual processing of the mail, we can do things like barcode the mail when it goes out. That way, when it's returned to us, scan the barcode, goes into a file, take that file, and send it off to an IVR system, who will be able to automatically call the members and ask them, "Hello, Robert, what is your new address?" Which can be very effective. Now you know just about everything I know about business analysis. You can apply it to household problems like lost cats, clogged drains, you name it. It's ubiquitous, and it's current. It's not in a quantum state. I wish you the best with your practice of business analysis. Now you know what to talk about at parties with me. Save it for Christmas. I'll see you then.